What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Wrestle Talk Live, presented to you by the Chaos and Harmony podcast. We are now live and in action on YouTube, so check us out. Please subscribe and like if you like the interview. Um, I'm so excited for this interview. We have a voice in wrestling for this interview. And not only is she making waves in the wrestling industry, but let alone at Law and Gladiator Championship Wrestling and other places around Oklahoma and out of state. So check it out. Um, we have her joining us today, Clover Botello. I can't wait to talk to her. What is up, Clover?
Hello.
How is everything?
Everything is really good. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the Wrestle Talk family. Welcome to the Chaos and Harmony podcast. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, of course. I'm super excited.
Clover, you have made a debut as a ring announcer in December of 2022. What inspired you to step into the world of professional wrestling announcing?
Well, announcing wasn't gonna be the first thing that I debuted with and everything. Initially with my brother, Berto del Rayo, we were gonna be kind of like a tag team. We had talked about it since I was really, really young, but some things happened and I ended up getting to dip my toes in being in professional wrestling with announcing, thanks to Pastor Brent at WA. They were down an announcer one show and asked me if I would step in and did that show. The rest is kind of history. I've been doing it since then.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's a cool moment to know, like, kind of just like a story into like how that came along. Uh, but not only to have history of family and wrestling in general. It's really cool. Um, Coming from a family deeply rooted works its way into my second question, actually. Coming from a family deeply rooted in wrestling, with relatives Berto del Rayo, the Camacho cousins, how has your family's legacy influenced your journey into the industry?
Really, that is really, really tough because, of course, they all had their own journeys and I didn't want mine to be exactly the same. I wanted to make a name for myself that stood apart from the family. So, I know I had to go out there and be, bigger and better than life, like how they were. And, I had to do that, but I had to do it in an announcer's way. I had to show that, you know, I don't necessarily have to be wrestling to be like a huge part of my family's legacy. I could do that as an announcer, and that kind of pushed me to be who I am and how I am in the ring.
Really cool. It makes me think of like Ava, Rock's daughter, how she's a general manager of NXT, like, and how she goes about doing her job as a wrestler's daughter in a different way. But yeah, I totally see that being a dynamic of trying to find your own footing and not step on the toes of your own family. Yeah, I love that. You worked in promotions like UWE, Wrestle Against Hunger, Gladiator Championship Wrestling. How have those different environments helped you grow as a ring announcer?
I think they really helped me be prepared for really anything because, as they always say, cards are subject to change. And that could really, it happens quite a bit, and it could be right there in the middle of the show. And, you have to, it taught me to be on my toes, really, and to be ready for anything and to be prepared for anything, to make sure that everything is, I have to improvise sometimes. I have to, think on my feet while I'm out there announcing and things. So, really, it's just helped me kind of be a quick thinker and to really just learn how to improvise when needed.
Young Dash says she's wifey material. You have anything to say to that?
I do have to say thank you. I knew he was going to do something like this. This is my fiance. So.
Oh, man, shout out to our women in the wrestling industry. It is May. It is Women's Health Month. Shout out all the women out there killing it every day. Not even just being an announcer, being a wrestler, anyone working behind camera or anything behind the scenes. Shout out to you guys. Y'all are killing it just as much as the guys out there are. So keep rocking. Back to what you were saying. That's awesome. Congrats. Hopefully the wedding's beautiful. I can't wait to hear the good news. Then my homie Crazy. Salute to my boy Crazy. And he said to the ladies, salute. So, yeah. Okay. Ring announcing takes a special kind of stage presence. What goes through your mind before stepping out and grabbing the mic in front of the live crowd?
Really, I think to myself, okay, no matter if it's, 10 people in the crowd or if it's 100 people in the crowd, I want to put on the best show I possibly can for these people, as, the wrestlers do, because announcers are just as much a part of that. We got to keep the crowd hyped up. We got to make sure they kind of know, oh, there's drama coming, or this is something to be excited for. So everything that goes through my head is just making sure that we're putting on the best show for the people. Like I said, whether it's 10 people in the crowd or if it's 100 people in the crowd, each crowd deserves the same energy each and every time.
Right. Oh, he probably a good thing she's not in the ring. She would kick some butt. That's funny. Since it's Women's Health Month, how important is self-care to you in this industry, and what do you do to stay grounded, everything going on behind the scenes?
Self-care is super important. You always want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself first and foremost. I mean, as an announcer, our voice is our instrument when it comes to wrestling. So, making sure you're taking care of your vocal cords, making sure you're taking care of your mental and everything, because there's a lot that can go into, making sure, because even making sure that you're putting on the best show, you're in your head a lot. So, taking time to take a step back and breathe right before the show and just making sure, okay, everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be great. That's one thing that I do. I always take a step back and I take a breath and just, remember that everything's going to be good. We're going to have the best show, and even outside of wrestling, just taking a step back to breathe and to make sure that, my mental health is in a good space. It's super important no matter what you're doing.
Right. Oh, Mimi life. My beautiful daughter, I'm super proud of you. Oh.
Thanks, Mom.
Making me cry over here. The comments are getting too emotional for me. No. Got it. Ooh, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congrats to you. Congrats to what you're doing in the scene. Congrats on making your own stepping stool to be who you are, not just as your family's name, but as your name. Um, it takes a lot of power and strength to do that. So keep doing that. It's impressive to see you backstage working with the wrestlers and just all that stuff that you do just to put into like remembering names. I have a high respect for people like that. So majorly killing it. Every show I've seen you work, you've been doing it. So keep killing it. Just hi, honey. Oh gosh, don't even talk about it. It's that, it's that friendly stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my.
It's my partner in crime right there.
She needs a raise. Clover is the main reason why I go to wrestling shows. She knows how to work a crowd every show. Oh. See, like, what the heck? Y'all are killing it with the support right now. Um, what's been the most memorable moment of your career so far? What's like that standout night that happened that like you always think about or you bring up in a conversation?
There are two nights that come to mind, and they were both at WA shows. One show, I got to slap Robbie Awesome in the ring. Another night, I almost took the Hunger Dojo title, which is a 24/7 clause, and anyone can win it. And I almost took it off of Daniel Aaron Michaels one night.
That's insane, but awesome. You would have been a deadly opponent if it would have came to you. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Um, I know it can be hard to pick out moments like that because like a lot of things are impressionable in the scene and like different things that people say to you backstage or like just like, hey, you're killing it or like stuff like that. It's uh, I love I love the family feelings that I get with being around the wrestling industry. It's beautiful.
But I do think also too, I mean, growing up, I did used to go to indie shows and everything and seeing, wrestlers like Mr. Nasty, Graham Bell, Sam Stackhouse, different people like that, seeing a lot of the big things that they're doing now, getting to work with them on a lot of the shows is also something that I never thought would be possible or would even happen, because I thought by the time I got into wrestling, they would probably not wrestle anymore because I've seen a lot of them since I was, probably around 10, 11 years old and being 25 now and getting to announce, Mr. Nasty and Graham Bell at a Gladiator Championship show. That was really cool. Getting to announce Sam Stackhouse at a Wash show. That was something that really made me feel like I was really, really solidified in my career. And then also getting to work here recently with Cappuccino Jones, being that he is with WWE ID and working with him at this last UWE show and getting to announce him, that was something that really stood out to me as well. And that really made me feel like doing this was the right choice. And doing this was taking the step to do this was something that it really just made me really happy in my choice in doing this as a career.
Oh yeah, um, it's a big step, but it's a good step for the people that like actually want to actually grind and get in there and do it. Um, that's why in a way, I'm a part of that now, and I get to film like back, like ringside for some events for different people that I work with. Um, it's it's a whole like team that has to come together to become like the industry we are. And I've noticed some brands lift other brands up and they help each other out, and like it's like a big family here in Oklahoma and the surrounding areas.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
a lot of people like know everyone because they go back and forth through promotions. I think it's really cool to see like what happens here locally within the family. um, what's something you'd like to say to someone, especially someone younger, who is thinking about getting into the wrestling industry?
I say absolutely do it. Take that leap and, see what part of the wrestling industry, you feel like you fit in the most with. It was the best decision I've ever made. I have a lot of fun doing it. I've made so many friends. A lot of those friends became family to me. So, and, also I get a lot of amazing opportunities, to go out of state. I get a lot of opportunities to go different places in Oklahoma. So I absolutely say do it, because you never know what could come out of it, honestly. Whether it's just something that you're doing for fun or something that you're looking to do as a permanent career, do it. Absolutely do it.
Heck yeah. I wanted to show you something. You said Sam Stackhouse. I wanted to grab it real fast.
That's cool.
Yeah, Snatch Chair by Sam Stackhouse. So,
Nice.
yeah, it happened at an Ada show. That it was, it was like backstage. He just smashed it, and he was like, they were gonna throw it away. I was like, I gotta grab that.
Hey, you never know. That might be worth some money,
Yeah,
someday.
that
You
was the
Sam is
thought. He
doing
was
big
like,
things.
the thing he told me. He's like, you know what this is, Eamon? In my house, the chair that Jacob Fateau threw into my bag is at my house. So, yeah. And I was like, that's how real that is to me, because like it's like a stepping stone to visualize maybe where I am 10 to 5 years from now, in the industry alone. Just like I feel like we're all growing at our own paces, but like as we grow in the industry, we'll become more successful when we all work together. And,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah. Love seeing Cappuccino Jones where he is. You highlighted him. He's a great athlete, let alone great all around person to have in the scene. Congrats to WWE ID for him. Um, what drives you every time you step in to announce? Like, what is that thing that
I
keeps
think
you
it's
going?
really I think it's really just the fact of knowing that I really am living, a dream that I've had forever, and that's being a part of professional wrestling. So knowing that I am a part of it in some way, shape, or form, in being that I am an announcer, I think that's what it is that I'm living a childhood dream of mine. because being a part of, I've grown up a wrestling fan, you know, just like we all have, and knowing that I get to be a part of that, that's what pushes me every show.
Right. You're killing it. Good job. Keep killing it. Like every time I've seen you announce, you're killing it. Like I've never seen you mess up or anything. So shout out to Clover Botello. Go see her at a wall show or anywhere else she's working. You have any shows coming up that you would like to throw out there?
Yes, we have WA on June 14th at 6 p.m. at the Zion Community Church here in West Tulsa. It's going to be a really good show. I'm really excited for a lot of the things that are going to go on. Of course, you know, we're going to have Eddie Levon, we're going to have Jean-Claude there. You know, we've got a really good show for everybody for the 14th, so I'm really excited for that. And I will be back at UWE on July 26th.
Okay. Be looking out for her announcing near you here in Oklahoma. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the heck out of you. And not only did I start May Women's Health Month with an announcer, but I ended it with the announcer also because y'all deserve the spotlight too, just as much as any wrestlers out there. So definitely why I did that on purpose was just to get back to y'all guys and let y'all have a little more voice. I know it's y'all's voice that y'all use all the time, but a little more just insight to who the voice behind the mic is. Like, and I hope you got to do that a little bit today. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Seriously, I loved being here. This was a lot of fun. And you know, getting to hang out with you for a little bit is really awesome. Thank you again for having me. I loved this opportunity.
Yeah, no worries. It'll be on YouTube, so feel free if you want to share it with people or whatever. Let them know. Check me out. But yeah, thank you so much again. I appreciate what you're doing in our industry. And while you face your chaos, you find your harmony in life. So keep chasing that dream that's driving you daily and never give up on it. Thank you so much, Clover. Shout out to Clover. We appreciate you and what you do in the scene. Thanks for watching, guys. I will announce the next episode right after this. Okay, and we're back. So, that was the end of May interviews for Women's Health Month. Shout out to all my guests this month: Iberia Lovelace, Anna Lynn, Lucy Blade, and not only our guest that just was here, Clover Botello. Thank you guys for what y'all do in wrestling, let alone just in our scene. Um, Definitely a big thing happening in Oklahoma and the surrounding states. So plug into a local promotion around you. Go support your promotions. They're looking for people that want to help and give time to them. Uh, if you're a volunteer kind of person, go check out a promotion around you. Um, that's really all that I gotta say about that. But y'all ready for June? June is another experience, let alone we're highlighting like 4 topics in June. So get ready for June. Our first episode will kick off. It'll be on June 5th. June 5th. Yeah. June 5th, we will be live on June 5th for our kickoff for Men's Healthcare Month of June. We will be highlighting Pride. We will be highlighting men's health care. We will be highlighting Juneteenth. We will be highlighting Father's Day. So get ready for an amazing next 5 episodes of Wrestle Talk Live. I am your host, Eamon Wolf. And our next episode will be Skids. So please go like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Love you guys.